reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents Yard and Broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents Yard and Broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents Yard and Broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents Yard and Broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents Yard and Broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents Yard and Broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents Yard and Broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents Yard and Broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody's not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Make We Talk program. Welcome to the program. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. This evening, we're supposed to have opposition spokesperson on housing, Dr. Floyd Morris, but he's unable to make it, so he sent his junior, Mr. Kevar Bennett, Junior Shadow Minister of Housing and Sustainable Living, will be my special guest in the top of the hour. But we just start this program early because, you know, it's best we start the program early that we can have a little more chit-chat, have some telephone calls and so forth. As soon as Mr. Bennett comes on or when he comes off, we can do that. I want to say good evening to everyone who's listening to us. What is going on here? Who's listening to us from around the world on the Eastern Caribbean. It is the Make We Talk program. And this evening, we're going to have a nice discussion on housing, the plans that the People's National Party has for our people in Jamaica will come on to housing. Because, you know, a lot of us, when a man become a man, his best castle is his house. That is his castle. When a man is a man become a man. And when you have your castle, that is when you become a man. You going out there having a Mark X or a Range Rover or a what? And living into a rent house makes no sense. It makes no sense. When you live into a house that is yours, then that's the time you can call yourself a man. You having all a BMW and a Prado and a Range Rover and all those type of things does not make you a man. What makes you a man is when you have something over your head. In my opinion, that's what makes you a man. And so this evening, as we come on housing in our country, what plan does the People's National Party has for housing in Jamaica? That's what we're going to talk about on the platform tonight. We're supposed to have our moderator in the chat room. Hopefully she comes on. Won't be on for a long while, but she'll just come on and help us out this evening as we stand by to get our guests on. This evening though, Today we bring a live coverage of a fire on Spanish Town Road. It is brought to my attention that the road is still closed on Spanish Town Road because apparently that area of the road got a lot of damage, I was told. So I think that area is still closed off to vehicular traffic. And there's so many things going on around the world with this war between Israel and Iran. We must pray, you know. We must pray that World War III don't start, although Revelation speaks about it. But we must pray that World War III do not start. I want you to draw your attention to something here. I may seem a bit distracted. I'm trying to get through to Head Boy. Hold on for me. Yes. I'm trying to get a hold of Head Boy. Hopefully he comes on. But this evening is an evening that we all must make sure that we listen attentively and we ask questions of our officials. Oh Lord, Head Boy won't be coming on. Anyway, we must ask questions of our officials. There's a video circulating on social media, you know, where Desmond McKenzie said something that we need to speak about. Desmond McKenzie saying that Jamaicans are fed up of Mark Golding. And I'm trying to find out something here. Is Mr. Golding in office as Prime Minister? Or he is opposition leader for this country? I ask a question sometimes, you know. It seems like these politicians has termite eating up their brain. It seems that way to me, that there is termite eating out some of these politicians' brain. Because at the end of the day, you hear them utter some stuff and you wonder. What I get to understand that they're pumping millions of dollars in all the Shaw seat. All Fitzgerald Shaw has not endorsed the goodly ambassador Audrey Marks. Audley Shaw has not endorsed Ambassador Audrey Marks as the standard bearer for Audley Shaw old seat. And I get to understand that it is being said that a car dealer has given Audley Shaw old seat, the standard bearer there, 7 new cars. I don't believe that the car mark give them the new car. You know. I believe that they buy those cars to campaign in Audley Shaw old seat. And it's a damn disgrace that Desmond McKenzie is coming out and talking about Jamaicans are tired of Mark Golding. When you, Desmond McKenzie, and the others of the Jamaica Labour Party have disrespected Audley Fitzgerald Shaw, you, Desmond McKenzie, Andrew Holness, and Dr. Harris Chang has disrespected Audley Shaw, has disrespected Carl Samuda, has disrespected the veteran Mike Henry. That is why Audley Shaw has come out and endorsed Ambassador Marks. And I encourage the people of North Manchester. That's all the Shaw seat, yes? And they give her the money to take the money and vote out Audrey Marks. She was a disgrace as an ambassador. She won't help her up there. If she don't help Jamaicans in the diaspora, she don't help her no. If Ambassador Marks didn't help the Jamaican people in the diaspora, it came out of her mouth that she came as ambassador to help the Jamaican Labour Party, not to help the Jamaican people in the United States. She came up here to campaign for the Labour Party. I hear them pumping some millions of dollars behind her, you see. The people must take the money and don't put her in garden house. The Jamaican people must take the money. They have disrespected Audley Shaw. Is a damn disgrace. No wonder Edward Siaga to tell the Gang of Five this word. I can find it here. And that is why this man they call Andrew Holness believe that he's the only Don of all Dons. This is what Edward Siaga told him because Siaga believed he was the only Don. Listen to this.
All of a sudden everybody turned Don. You better learn that in any organization is only one Don going to rule. And today I say to them, the door is open to retrieve your position. Take a candle, sing a Sankey, and find your way back home.
So, this man, this iron fist wannabe dictator who is dictating in the Labour Party, Andrew Michael Rodham Brogard Holness, do not believe that the young man who stood with Audley Shaw deserved to get that seat. So what they did, they usher in the good lady Audrey Marks to become the standard bearer. Now Audley Fitzgerald Shaw has not endorsed this woman. And I believe why Audley has endorsed the woman. Because Andrew Holness disrespected Audley Shaw. And the same dead man Mackenzie, who talking about Jamaican people for the Mark Golding. I like him to sit down now, you know. Mr. Shaw is blowing out. He's on his way out. But they must treat the people with more respect. And if Mr. Holness, if Prime Minister Holness can treat 3 veterans of the Jamaica Labour Party as if they are nothing, you expect him to treat you Jamaican people any better? Do you expect that? Do you expect Andrew Michael Holness to treat the Jamaican people any better? He has disrespected Audley Shaw. He has disrespected Mike Henry. He has disrespected Carl Samuda. And you all expect him to respect you, the Jamaican people? He come with the slogan about no, put Jamaica first. Jamaica has always been first in many of us eyesight. But this man believes that he's Lord Almighty. And I do not believe, for once in my life, I do not believe that a political party, I do not believe that a political party should bring somebody from Timbuktu, put in a Timbuktu tree. I don't believe in it. But that's their thing, so they go ahead and do it. Desmond Mackenzie has a problem, you know. I think Desmond Mackenzie and Mrs. Warmington have a serious mental problem, you know. Both Desmond Mackenzie and Mrs. Warmington need to go and see a psychiatrist. Termite yamming out the brain. You know, see how they look like somebody who's dead. I'm not the kind of person to come on here and disrespect people, you know, because I respect my elders. But I want to draw your attention to something. And you, the Jamaican people, must look into it. If Mr. Holness can disrespect Audley Shaw by bringing in Ambassador Audrey Marks, and I tell you one thing, it's because Audley sick, you know. If Audley never sick, Audley not still up on the foot and say, no way, I don't want her here. It's like how Samuda tell them, if it's not what Samuda want, nobody else can come there. It's because Audley is sick. Why Andrew Holness believes he can disrespect people. But the people of Audley Shaw seat take their money and vote out Audrey Marks. Send a clear message to Andrew Holness. It's not about Audrey Marks, it's about Andrew Holness. Send a clear message to this man. He's behaving as if he's a dictator. He's behaving as if he's the only Don. And all the rest are Donovans. That is why they believe that they can go around and disrespect the Jamaican people. And if the Prime Minister of this country and the leader of the Jamaica Labour Party can disrespect Audley Fitzgerald Shaw the way how they're doing to him now, you expect Andrew to have a respect for you, the Jamaican people? He's using reverse psychology on all of us by bringing in this woman here to become, I want to become member of parliament for Audley old seat. I don't believe in it. I hear they pumping some money behind her back, behind her, you see. I hear that they must get all 7 car. But from good source, me hear say the car man never give them no car, you know. I heard that they went and buy the 7 cars. I don't know if it's Prophet Row car mark that went to, you know. But I get to understand that some car giveaway is no giveaway and give no car. I heard from reliable sources that some money that drop a Audley Shaw seat. Not even when Audley was in there, then the money not drop. But what the people must do is collect the money from them and don't give Andrew Holness a clear message. Send him a clear message this election. And don't come on here all the time to tell people who to vote for, you know. But between Desmond McKenzie, Paris Chang, and Andrew Holness, they have disrespected Audley Shaw. Almost call a spade a spade. Andrew Holness believes that he's the only Don in Jamaica. This wannabe dictator. The Jamaican people must send a clear message to Andrew Michael Holness. The people of St. Elizabeth must send a clear message to Barbara Green, Floyd Green, voting. I don't know where Mascot department is in Mascot constituencies, you know. I don't know if it's South St. Elizabeth or whatever St. Elizabeth it is. But the people of St. Elizabeth must put in Mascot. Put in Norman in there. Put in the teacher in there too. The Jamaican people must send Andrew Holness a clear message this election. I don't like to come and here and talk about who you must vote for. But enough is enough. Enough is enough. The people of St. Elizabeth must send a clear message to Andrew Michael Holness. I'm going to say it again. Hold on there if we make a look for something here. The people of St. Elizabeth must send a clear message, a very clear message to Andrew Michael Holness. Thank you very much. The people of South St. Elizabeth must send a clear message to Andrew Holness. Voting Mayor Norman Scott. The people of St. Elizabeth must send a clear message to Barbara Green. Because Barbara Green only give some of the people them water. Meanwhile, some other people don't have no water. Full time. South St. Elizabeth fed up. Voting Mayor Norman Scott. I know St. Elizabeth people is listening to me, you know. Vote out Barbara Green. The people of Ardleshire seat. Do not put in hard remarks. Send a message to Andrew Holness. He disrespect the gentleman up there. Who can take over from Ardleshire? This damn nonsense must stop in this country. Hold on there, who this call me now? Oh no, hold on there. I'm an old man who talk to you now. Hold on a minute. Lord of mercy, hold on there. One moment, please. Hello, Miss St. Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Hold on there, darling. Hold on. This is like a problem again. Yes, go ahead now. Hello? 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 I'm not hearing her. Hello? 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 Hello, are you there? They're listening. When you call the program, please do not listen to your TV you have in the background. Turn off your TV for me now. Turn off your TV for me. As I was saying, St. Elizabeth people no suffer under burial. Barbara Green sound no. St. Elizabeth people, South St. Elizabeth, Treasure Beach people, then get container phone and then carry go to one place in one back of bush on St. Elizabeth and sell the generators we then get for free. A container was packed here in Miami that I know about. And then carry the container go to St. Elizabeth. And before they get the contents in the container, they were selling the generator to the people of St. Elizabeth. St. Elizabeth people, if you don't vote out Barbara Green and send Andrew Holness a clear message, dog name on a supper. St. Elizabeth people, they get fertilizer from Morocco to give to you, and then they sell on it. This is a wicked and caring government. St. Elizabeth people, the Moroccans that send much fertilizer to Jamaica, Funo, And what the Labour Party government is doing is selling the fertilizers. Barbara Green can't answer about the fertilizer. You ask Barbara Green about it, can't answer nobody about it. Vote out Barbara Green. St. Elizabeth people, vote out Barbara Green. Send a message to Andrew Holness. They get too much fertilizer for the farmers of St. Elizabeth. Good night to you, ma'am. Welcome to the program.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. You're live on air.
Okay, how are you?
May I feel mad tonight.
I hear you. That's my area. It's Southeast St. Elizabeth.
Southeast St. Elizabeth.
Yes, that's where Frank Witter is. And Mr. Scott is right in that area. Right.
The people must vote out Frank Witter. Him now do not know there.
Right. So I just want...
All him do is go around with Barbara Green and tell people a damn lie.
Yes, I just want you to know the area that Mr. Scott is going to run in is Southeast St. Elizabeth.
Southeast St. Elizabeth.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, and that's Frank Witter area. Right.
Southeast St. Elizabeth.
Yes, Southeast St. Elizabeth. Yeah, that's where I'm from. I know Frank Witter.
Him not going with down there.
No, I'm not there. Remember, I live in Miami, so.
I know, but when you get message from down there when going on with ma'am?
Yes. No, nothing going on, nothing.
So when you hear South St. Elizabeth, Southeast St. Elizabeth, voting Mayor Norman Scott. Scotty, what do you mean? Scotty, if you hear me, give me a call now, Scotty.
Okay, Mr. Jeffrey, good night.
All right, ma'am.
Okay.
Them is a wicked set. This government get fertilizer from Morocco to give to the farmers of this country and the farmers of St. Elizabeth. What are they doing with the fertilizers? If myself and Winfred Rattigan never bring it out, and Dayton Campbell, all know we hear nothing. We have been asking questions about the fertilizer. Barbara Green, come to the front of the class, Barbara Green. Tell us what is going on with the fertilizers. The people must send Andrew Holness administration. The people of St. Elizabeth must send Andrew Holness and Barbara Green and Frank Witter, whatever his name is. Send them a clear message. Vote them out. Who don't have no water. Barbara Green give people them only water, don't give people water. Barbara Green don't give his friends or cronies water. While some people in St. Elizabeth have no water. The Moroccan government has given Jamaica how much ton of fertilizers. And this wicked government, led by Andrew Michael Holness, then take the fertilizer where poor people forget on the celly and asking the Jamaican people for a third term. It was a wicked set. The people of St. Elizabeth, wake up. Then get a container of a barrel. Forgive you. A lady died because she couldn't get no oxygen. There's no power to give her oxygen. And when you reach out to Floyd Green about the generator, and no, Floyd Green don't call me back. I want you to tell me, say, lie me, I tell. I want Floyd Green gonna tell me, say, lie me, to tell. I called Floyd Green about the lady who want oxygen and asked him to give her a generator, and I know the woman died a month ago. Until now, Floyd Green do not get in contact with the lady, nor myself. I'm asking for a third term, and it's a wicked set of drunk, bro. Wicked. I'm asking for a third term for what? For wreck this country some more? For make poor people suffer in this country some more? Where Jamaicans can hardly buy a tin of dirty girl? Huh? The farmers of St. Elizabeth can hardly buy fertilizers. Well, no. The Moroccan government has sent fertilizers in this country. And it's a wicked set of people. Treasure Beach, a container came to St. Elizabeth and they went down to Treasure Beach and one place at Treasure Beach behind some bush. It was a 40-foot container full with burial supplies and generators. A container full and it's a set of thief. Thiefness they give out. On the tax on the locking up scammers in this country. There are some people in the parliament of Jamaica who are scammers. The people of St. Elizabeth must send a clear message to Barbara Green and Andrew Holness. And I don't till they come out. I don't like talk politics like people that talk about paying people, but is that it? I'm for the poor people of this country. The people of St. Elizabeth, Barbara Green, Uncle Barbara Son Road. All Son Road and nobody now go. Barbara Green, the Barbara hit, that's asphalt it. There's some road in St. Elizabeth where nobody not going. Yet Barbara Green, Floyd Green, I may call Barbara Green. The Barbara Green, the road them. Meanwhile, some road of people walking on. Not even jackass can't walk funny. On a wicked set. On a get fertilizer. On a sell the fertilizer to the people of Jamaica. On asking for a third term. On a wicked set of people. I can be here myself tonight. Mr. Bennett is here. No, the first name I go along, so let me have Virego.
Jeffrey, how you doing? How you doing?
Me there, my friend. Where go on?
Boy, me I look out for the people and about the injustice.
Them is a set of damn wicked.
I tell you.
A 40-foot container, Mr. Bennett.
Yes.
Came to Jamaica for burial.
Yeah, man.
Went down to St. Elizabeth.
That's right.
And what did with the contents in the container? They said.
That's right. Poor people suffer at the end of the
day. A lady reached out to me on this program.
Mm-hmm.
She's needing oxygen and she wants a generator. And I reached out to Barbara Green, Floyd Green, the minister.
Mm-hmm.
Until now, Barbara Green don't do nothing. The lady died a month ago.
Boy.
I'm asking for a third term in this country.
Reckless.
Anyway, my friend, welcome to the program, yeah?
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here with you.
This is the opposition junior minister on housing and sustainable living. I want to say welcome to the Make We Talk program, my friend. And it's the first time you're coming on the program here.
Yes, but it certainly won't be the last, hopefully.
No, it won't be the last, my friend. It won't be the last.
Definitely.
Tell the Jamaican people who you are who don't know you.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Kevar Bennett. I'm a pharmacist by training, medicinal cannabis consultant. I'm also the junior opposition spokesperson on housing and sustainable living. I practice privately, and I've also have a vested interest in nation building, where I've been a renowned youth leader. Over the years, coming up through the ranks, I've served at many different youth levels, and have also served at the youth parliamentary level, where I represented Southwest St. Elizabeth as the opposition spokesperson on housing. And here I am today in that spotlight.
So do you still represent South Elizabeth or not?
Southwest, I was the youth opposition spokesperson for youth parliament.
Okay, for the youth parliament, okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about housing now.
Yes.
But this man him that go on. And all he do is cut ribbon.
I tell you.
And I want to know how much money it costs the taxpayers of this country for the entourage of the Prime Minister's security details and press people and all kind of people. For him go open one single house sometime. How much it costs the taxpayers of this country? But anyway, talk to me about the housing now. I see where in the PNP has a rent to own plan for houses in Jamaica.
Right.
Talk to us about that.
Yeah, man. But Jeffrey, let us set a little context that over the past 9 years, would have seen where the administration of Andrew Holness had overpromised, but he undelivered to the people of Jamaica. Yeah? And in a contextual view, you would have seen where inflation prices have been increasing, the wages have been freezing, yeah, and also construction costs have been more deliberate, yeah. And we would have seen where home ownership that has been a dream that is marred. Why? Because you have these prices increases, but yet still the market is still not there to provide affordable housing for Jamaican people.
Yeah.
So what we are seeing now is that he's going around cutting one house every Friday, you know, and dress up in a van and gone somewhere to cut a house and to do a lot of PR stunt just to say that he's doing something wonderful and he's doing something that the world should applaud him for because, you know, he's delivering for poor people.
Indeed.
But I'm here to remind the poor people them that it is the same Andrew Holness government that told them back in 2016, yeah, or even in 2020 that he would deliver 70,000 houses over a 5-year period. But to date, what is on record is not even 26,000 houses. It's under that threshold that he has delivered to date. What we have seen also is that the NHT has not been delivering on its mandate of delivering low-income housing for our Jamaican people. Yeah?
Yes.
Because many of our Jamaican people, in truth and in fact, they are and contributors to the NHT. They are low-income workers. You know,
yes.
Those are the people that would have that Norman Manley, they fought for. You know, that's the reason why they built the trust for them, so that they could benefit. They are the contributors to the housing in trust.
Yes.
You know, but what we'd have seen is that they accept private developers. And the private developers come in and they build houses that are excessively high. The costs are exorbitant. And guess what? Our everyday people, you know, that the trust is built for, they're not reaping the benefit of the housing trust. You know, because it is walked out of their bandwidth. So what we are seeing today is a government overpromising. You know, he's broken a lot of grounds, but he have not really breaking the barriers to access and affordability where equity lie and of course social justice lies. So what we have seen now is the People's National Party. We have come up with a comprehensive housing plan. You know, we want to build back what the housing sector ought to be and to rebuild it, providing more people-centered solutions, real solutions to our Jamaican people. And that's the reason why we have formulated and come up with the Rent to Own initiative. But I dare say that the Prime Minister have been touting many horns that he has implemented the Rent to Own initiative, which is a lie. And this initiative was first introduced in 2016 in the manifesto, in the People's National Party manifesto. That was the idea was brought forward by Damian Crawford, and to date, you know, those times he would have downplayed the initiative, right? But then we'd have seen where he has started to implement it, but it still have not reached what it is intended to do, right? So with the Rent to Own initiative, it seeks to address informal people, persons that are working in the informal economy. Like, for example, your hustlers, so to speak. The persons who do not get a everyday pay slip. You understand? Because my mother is a fish vendor. She works at the market. She does not get a pay stub on a regular basis. You know, the barbers, you understand, the farmers, they don't really get a pay stub on a day-to-day or a monthly basis. So what we are formalizing now is a rent-to-own initiative herein, where they're given the opportunity, you know, to rent one of the NHT entities as tenants. They'll be moved into the entity as a tenant, and over a period of time, their rent will be converted to mortgages, you know, where they will be able to, and if it is that they can prove that they can pay the mortgage over a period of time or the rent over a period of time, they will eventually become owners of those houses, you know. So over a period of time, whatever rent they would have paid would be transferred to mortgages, converted to mortgages, and therefore, if the mortgages prove that they are consistent with their payments, they will become owners of those houses. So what we are doing, we are delivering real solutions for these people that are in the informal sector, because we have realized their plight and they are often left out of the bandwidth. They are not being catered for any at all. So therefore, we want to deliver something that is solution oriented. You know how it is rewarding to know that you would have worked for a house and that you can deliver a house. You understand? You can own a house within the that initiative.
That's you there? Yes. Let me ask you this question here now. I swear when they said that first-time buyers under 35 years old will receive a grant of $500,000, not a loan. Tell us about that. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, man. So if it is that you're 18 to 35, you know, the People's National Party come up with something called the Young Owners Deposit Fund, where $1 billion will be created in the NHT, yeah, and each young person, once they can prove that they have been contributors of the fund for a 2-year period, yeah, they can apply and get a $500,000 grant access, you know, and they can use that deposit to contribute to their home, to their first home. So it's a grant. It is not a loan, so they don't have to repay it. It is the People's National Party that is giving you back something, you know, because you have been contributors of the fund, and this is our way of saying that we are giving you something back.
Okay. You know, I hear you talking about that, and also I see where you have a 3-month grace period before mortgage. Talk to us some more about that one, because a lot of Jamaicans, you know, when they get the little trippance money that Andrew give them $16,000 a month, minimum wage that they get a week rather, and they have to pay mortgage and all those things out of that. Yeah. But I swear you have something here. Talk to us some more about that one.
Yeah, man. The PNP promises and will deliver, especially to our public sector workers and every Jamaican, a 3-month moratorium in which, after they would have accessed mortgage through the NHT, access a loan through the NHT, the People's National Party will give you a 3-month period, you know, so that you can recover from expensive in fixing up the house. So you buy a house, you move into the house. You understand? But nowadays you have to pay the mortgage immediately after. You understand? So what the People's National Party now is giving you is a 3-month grace period in which giving you time to recover from the expenses that you would have done in terms of fixing up the house, buying furniture, you know, fixing up your little space, to ensure that you prepare you now in time so that you are able to pay your mortgage whenever the time comes around after the 3-month time.
Special low interest rate. You have, hold on, let me say something here. All right. There is one thing though that stands out with me on the thing that the PNP is doing for the housing.
Mm-hmm.
For young people, young Jamaicans who want to own a home. Talk to us about that one. Talk to us about the young people like myself, because I'm just a little younger than you. So
Right.
talk to me about that one. And not to mention Peter Gay, who helped me to get you to come on. She want to own a home too. Talk to us about that one.
Yeah, man. So home ownership has been very complex in these days and time. What the People's National Party is doing is giving you more access, and an easier route so that you can become a homeowner. So, for example, if you're a young person, you're a young professional, you just finished college, you just finished university, you're ready to start the world, you don't want to go back to your parents, you don't want to go back to your parents' house, And once it is that you can prove to the People's National Party or to the fund that you have been a contributor of the National Housing Trust for 2 years, for at least 2 years, that is where we will step in and assist you so that your dream to become a homeowner becomes easier.
Yes.
By assisting you, young persons right out there, with $500,000, the first deposit, because we recognize, for most persons, that the first deposit is one of the hardest thing to achieve. We're giving you a $500,000 grant. You will not be required to repay it. You understand? That's a grant to you, where you can pay down the deposit on your home and give you easier access to owning your home. You understand? And
in all of this that you're talking about, Mr. Bennett, a friend of mine from Bermuda, good friend of mine, is asking this question. Ask him how he's going to finance that and give away, because somebody has to be paying for all of this. So how does the People's National Party plan to finance all of this?
Well, Jeffrey, I tell you something, that over the years, for the past 10 years, what the government has been doing is that they are extracting $11.4 billion from the NHT and use it as budgetary supplementation. So what the People's National Party intends to do is that we intend to stop the extraction of $11.4 billion and use that money to fund this young people deposit fund, so that young people can have easy access to owning their home.
So you're saying that the $11 billion that this government is taking from the NHT now,
right?
The People's National Party plans to just cut away with that. Don't let that happen.
Definitely.
And that $11 billion we're going over to the housing development.
Definitely.
And then what? The same thing here. They'll receive a grant of $500,000 from the National Housing Trust.
Yes, definitely. And the fund and the extraction that we stop will use to fund the $1 million deposit fund for young people. Yeah. And guess what? What is most interesting is that it is within the People's National Party DNA to provide affordable housing. So therefore, the land cost of the housing will not be included in the overall cost. So therefore, for example, if a house costs probably $11 million and the land portion costs $5 million, they will only pay $6 million for the house. The land portion of the house will not be calculated in the final costing. So therefore, we'll remove the land portion in the houses that we will deliver.
And I'm pretty much sure, because over the years, Jamaicans' successive government has given houses to Jamaicans. And it'll take a long time to get their land title.
Definitely.
So let me ask you this question here now. When the PNP get into power, when they do get into power, and they're doing all of this for the Jamaican people with housing, does the Jamaican people guarantee that they will get a land title immediately after they get into the house?
Absolutely. One of our main objective is to ensure that we title each person that receives their houses. Understand? And that's the reason why we ensure that we have different committees that govern the legislative body of the housing sector. And we have put in place different committees that will ensure that each person, after they receive their house, will ensure that they receive a land title. Understand? Because many of the houses that we see nowadays, many persons in Jamaica, they are living on houses or living on lands and have no title. Understand? That's the reason why the Prime Minister can go in and bulldoze these houses. They can go in and give them eviction notice, as we would have seen that happen in Luida's Vale. I would have seen happening in Bernard Lodge, where he went and he bulldozed the houses. Understand? So the People's National Party, through the Portia Initiative, will give land titles through our housing policy to everybody that gets a house.
I want to play, okay. I think this is the thing you're talking about, the Portia Initiative. Yes, let's play this here.
Land and housing are fundamental development priorities. In celebration of our first female Prime Minister, we will bring forth the Portia Initiative, the program for orderly renewal and transformation of infrastructure in all areas. The Portia Initiative. This program will drive policies that Sister P stood for, improving infrastructure in old housing schemes, tearing down zinc fences in communities and replacing them with proper concrete walls, completing the infrastructure and land titling for existing land tenure regularization schemes, they call it Operation Pride, and rolling out new ones to bring hope and decent living conditions in areas of social neglect. Our beloved Sister P will smile as the next PNP government improves sidewalks for persons with disabilities, provides housing assistance to needy citizens, and beautifies communities where our people live. The Portia Initiative is a must, and time come for that.
This is what... Go ahead.
Yeah, man, the Portia Initiative. Yes, man. Tear down zinc fences, replace with concrete, building sidewalks, building one unit starter home, and we also provide support for the disabled communities. Yeah, man, land titling is also a part of the Portia Initiative as well.
What I want to talk to you about, also ask you about though, but I want to play this clip in here by Professor Dr. Senator Floyd Morris. I want to play this clip in here, then I ask you this question, because I don't know how you guys going to do it, but my suggestion is I think we should do county by county. But anyway, let's listen to this first though.
The opposition People's National Party is reiterating its promise to build 50,000 low-income houses if elected to government. Opposition spokesman on housing and sustainable living, Professor Floyd Morris, gave the update.
We're going to be building 50,000 low-income houses because the market has not been catering to these individuals who have contributed to the NHD over the years. And the leader has said, because of your money being used to top up the budget, we're not going to make you pay for the land portion of the housing cost when we build those houses.
There will also be a rent-to-own scheme where persons with a good track record of paying rent for a property will be able to convert that rent into a mortgage. Professor Morris reiterated that the PNP will use a portion of the $11.4 billion pulled down annually from the National Housing Trust to help young people.
We are going to set up a special fund with $1 billion annually and $500,000 each young person will get to pay the deposit on their houses. across this country. As a grant. As a grant, you're not going to pay it back.
I know that I should have played this from the beginning of the tape, beginning of the program, because you have spoke some more about this.
Yes.
But my question to you, though, building 50,000 houses, if you all get into power, are you gonna do it in a way? Jamaica has 3 counties: Cornwall, Middlesex, and Surrey. Are you gonna do it in that area, in that format?
Well, the houses will be distributed as outlined, where 20% will be reserved for teachers, public sector workers, another 20% being reserved for young professionals, and the other 60% now will be for everybody within the Jamaican sector. So some will be driving through the HAJ, which will be the leading developer of housing, because what would have seen that is taking place mostly is that most of these houses that are built now are being constructed by private developers, yeah? And the prices when they come to market, they're very exorbitant, you know? Ordinary man and woman, ordinary persons, you know, minimum wage workers, we can't afford it, you understand? So therefore, we will be using the HAJ, which is the main housing development agency, to push for the development of these houses. You understand? So we aim to build some in public and private partnership with private developers, but most of these houses will be constructed through the HAG. Yeah, man. But we have certain amount of houses that we, of course, will be reserving for different sectors, different.
Yes. You know, I listened to all of this. Good initiative. But a lot of people is asking the question: are maybe I would have said to you all that maybe you should just do it in a format wherein you build certain amount in Cornwall, certain amount in Middlesex,
right,
and certain amount in Surrey. You know why I end up mentioning that is because I think maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm yet to be corrected. I think if you do it that way, then you'll see wherein, okay, you're billing 50,000. Now you said how much percent for teachers, for public sector workers again?
20%. 20% of the bills, the building units.
And the other percentage go towards normal Jamaicans.
Right, and we have another 20% reserved for young professionals, young people. Yes, so and the rest, the other proportion will go to just about our ordinary Jamaicans or minimum workers. You understand? And so forth.
Okay. I want to take you away from housing now and put you to go on to something else. Put on your citizen hat. Think about the PNP or the JLP or whatever. Put on your citizen hat now. Do you think that this prime minister should be on the ballot in this country for the next general election?
Well, to be frank, I would disregard the prime minister attempt to run again. Why? It's because his integrity is brought into question. You understand? And you don't want a leader where their integrity is marred. You know, they have low-hanging fruits lying over their head. You don't want a leader who is brought into many different spheres of corruption scandals. You understand? From one way or the other, and he ought to address them publicly and to address them with transparency, accountability, and of course, tactfulness. You don't want a leader who their statutory declarations cannot be certified. We don't want that sort of leadership. On the other hand, we need a leader with integrity. You understand? Because many things are happening to our Jamaican people right now, and we need leaders that are forthright, that are able to stand up in face of adversity and face them where people can trust them. You understand? Because politics is about people. And you want the people to be able to trust you as a leader. Understand? So therefore, we need leader that we can trust. Trustworthiness, accountability, you understand, integrity. Those are the core concerns that Andrew Holness should not be running in the next general elections.
As a Jamaican citizen growing up in Jamaica, do you think that the poverty rate has gone down in our country? Do you think that Jamaicans are living better off right now than they used to live before? Do you believe that our teachers have cars now according to Idiot Amin? You know who I call Idiot Amin?
No, sir.
There's a new sheriff in the Parliament of Jamaica that call himself a sheriff.
Oh.
He's dubbed Idiot Amin. You don't know who I call Idiot Amin?
I'm not sure, you know.
Are you aware of a senator in the Parliament who love to drink a lot of syrup?
Oh, yes, man. Yes, man. Yes, man. Yes, man. I'll catch you. You.
He went into the Parliament of Jamaica and said that teachers are living better off now than when we used to go to school because they have cars, can drive, and live in better houses. My question to you tonight, do you believe our teachers are living better off than they used to live?
Jeffrey, let me tell you something. I don't think the gap has been closed in terms of economic stability amongst our teachers. Yeah? Because even this morning, we have seen where the Confederation of Trade Unions have rejected, and even the president-elect of the JTA, he has rejected the finance minister wage offer for the teachers. You understand? Teachers are still not able to finance themselves in a practical and ordinary way. You understand? Some teachers, you know how the tier system works, is that primary school, secondary school teachers, they're tiered in a different way where their salaries, you know, they are differentiated. They fall under different tiers and they will be subsidized differently. But in order for them to be subsidized differently, they may have to be specialized in different areas. But after you would have entered a teaching institution as a first degree teacher, you may not be able to finance a further education to qualify to become a specialized teacher to get something else on your pay slip. So therefore, on a regular basis, what we see that teachers are living from is hand to mouth. You understand? And when you talk about the poverty reduction, I really don't believe that. I really don't believe that poverty rate has drastically reduced, because I have not seen the data where they have measured the amount of people that are not being able to provide at least one meal for their family on a daily basis. You understand? And at one point, what they used to report the index are like windshield wipers and, you know, those persons that are on the
nonsense.
Right. So therefore, where the poverty line is concerned, I really don't believe that. I really don't believe that people are living in a better stead right now, because cost of living is still high. Many persons are still not able to afford a meal per day. You understand? Many parents are not able to provide for their children. You understand? The job market has become saturated, or unemployment have increased in one way or the other in many areas.
But the world class prime minister and the world class man who could love to drink a lot of syrup in the parliament, the new sheriff, is saying that unemployment rate is the lowest I've ever seen in the history of Jamaica.
But what factors do they use to measure that? You understand? Do they measure only like middle class and upper class? And
is there middle class? Hold on for me, Mr. Bennett. Is there middle class in Jamaica? I thought it's only rich and poor.
That's right.
There's no middle class in the country, sir.
Well, that's a nice way to put it. Yeah. Yeah.
So do you believe them when they say that unemployment is the lowest ever seen in this country?
I don't believe the statistics have been reported in a practical way to encapsulate the entire population. I think what they have done, they have measured like a subset in one area and use another subset in another area, and they come together and put some variables together and then report and say that a true reflection of the population, which is not true. Which is not true. Because if you go into some of the gutter, the trench areas, you know, the areas where people are poverty stricken, there are many areas in Jamaica that are without water, are still without light.
But don't you think, sir, after how many years? We're 62 years or 63 years old this year. And we get independent in 1962. Don't you think it's a damn shame that this country in 2025, our people don't have running water in the pipe? Mom, let me call you back, Mom. I'm on a live. You want to talk on the live?
No, not really. All right.
I'll call you back, Mommy. Yes. Don't you believe that in 2025, our Jamaican people don't have water in their pipes and light? And this country is well renowned as the land of wood and water.
Land of wood and
keep
water.
on saying this, you know. Jamaica have to borrow money from the Chinese. Why can't they borrow some money to build a solar power plant for this country and give the Jamaican people a better way of living when it comes on to light? Let the suns give us power. And the Jamaican people is the highest. The people of the country pay the highest electricity rate in any other country in the world. Jamaica pay the highest. So don't you think right now that the time has come for this country to make sure that people have a better way of living?
Definitely. 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 You know, every day you go in the different communities, Jeffrey, you see more and more how much vulnerable people are and the different circumstances in which they are living in. Yeah. And I think at the community levels, you know, we have representatives, you know, that the people elect to advocate on their behalf for their best interest. In terms of representation as it concerns water, representation as it concerns light, you know, electricity, you know, energy generated light from the sun. Yeah. I think that we could have been more far advanced as it relates to more energy centered policies. But guess what? Some of our policies have been blocked, you know, and our country will not be able to transform into a world-renowned, world-class country like a first world country, you know, without we have the collective view of the people and we're able to make efforts and put in policies that will transform people's lives. You understand? Because water is an essential commodity that every person should not be deprived from. Yeah? And light is also equally important for Jamaican people to have. You understand? And that is the reason why, based on the climatic changes that are going on now, yeah, where we see climate changes taking on in many different spheres, it is time for us to refocus our efforts in building more climatic resilient solar power energy, energy generated power, as you rightfully described. You understand? And that's the reason why our housing sector will be built and will be transformed with water harvesting capacities.
Yes.
And of course, will be powered by solar energy so that we can withstand the climatic conditions that we're undertaking nowadays. But it's time for us to be more advanced in terms of, you know, giving people water and giving more people light, energy, that are climatic resilient. Way, way too much.
You live in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
They said crime rate has gone down to the lowest. Can you see with the windows and door open?
The Prime Minister promised that, I think it was in what, 2020?
Yeah.
That was one of his biggest promise to the people of Jamaica. That you and I could sleep with our windows and doors open. But so far, we have seen where the crime rate has been spiraling. But now they said that the crime rate has been curtailed. And they're reporting every day now, that crime has been reduced in section of St. James, in Clarendon, or in Maypen is just one crime that has taken place over a month. But I'm not sure if all the crimes have been tallied or have been recorded and reported.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what are the statistics or how did they come up with these statistics. But right now, people are fearful of their lives, fearful of their families, and are seeking ways to protect them even more so. Because guess what? Crime is real and crime is rampant within our country.
Yes.
You understand?
Indeed.
And at this time, we still cannot sleep. We still cannot sleep with our windows and our doors open.
I want you to ask you something. Go back to housing. Somebody sent me a message here.
Mm-hmm.
What is the PNP gonna do for elderly people who can't afford a mortgage, who need a house? They live in some areas that when you look up in this, you can see the element of the sky.
Definitely.
What is the people that's probably going to do about that for the elderly? Because there's a lot of elderly people in this country living in some areas that is unbelievable, No human being should be living like that.
Definitely. Either we can go two ways. We can use the Porsche initiative to offer support to them, the elderly people, and we also can really cap them into the rent to own initiative. Understand? Where they
but hold on there, Sir Bennett. So for instance, saying Aunt Mattie and Sister Tem only get a little part money, and God bless them get the part money. They can't afford to rent somewhere, sir.
Right.
So what is the plans for the elderly with the People's National Party when they come on to housing?
Well, the elderly can be supported through the Porsche initiative, as I said.
Yes.
The program for the elderly, you understand, and renewal in all areas, in which we'll be starting. You see, there were 47 operation prize projects that are unfinished.
Yes.
You understand? And the Porsche initiative seeks to reassess where those projects are at, and really aims to complete them in a very more centralized way, so to speak. And also, the Porsche initiative will provide support, you understand, for different sectors of people in which elderly may come under. You understand? Disabled community will be given support under the Porsche initiative. The elderly, of course, will be given support under the Porsche initiative.
Do you believe that the NHT, the current NHT right now, if the People's National Party gains state power when the election is called, do you believe that the NHT should go around and figure out people living in condition that is not fit for human beings to live in? Do you believe that the NHT or the government of Jamaica, the PNP, should say, okay, we shall take out, say when they take out much $1 billion, because the two political parties have done it, take out billions of dollars to prop up the budget.
Definitely.
Do you believe that they should take out money now and help elderly people who don't live anywhere? If there's no plan in the making, if there's no plan that they have now, and you all get into power, do you believe that they should take money out of NHT that's lying there? Say they can take out NHT money to buy out a mini and to buy other places. I'm just using an example. There's nothing wrong in buying out a mini. It is creating money now for this country. There's nothing bad, there's nothing wrong in that. But what I'm asking, can the NHT or can the People's National Party take money out of NHT and go around and see if they can do to build some money? Hold on for I get this phone call here. Good night, Miss P. Welcome to the program. You're live.
Yeah, good night. Good night. You hear me?
Loud and clear from Negril Point to Moran Point.
Yeah, good night. I want to say good night to Mr. Kevar Bennett.
Yeah.
Yes, good night. Good night.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good night. Good night, Mr. Bennett. Very good night. Yeah. As a concern, that's a question. Yeah. Being as I see the shadow minister, housing and sustainable living.
Junior Minister.
This is my point. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good man. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. Listen, my suggestion is I want you people to look at persons like me and others. We've been working for over 30 odd years paying NHT,
Yes.
and we work with the security company, all different type of security company, and collect our money, and we don't get no benefit. Most of us are over the age of 50, and in 60, over 60, even 72. Some dead and gone and not get the help. So may I ask you, like on a scale down, me like I have a proposal, but my proposal is if we can't get no help and we still work, top collect the money for NHT, or put in a system where we can get a help with someone to live, because we've been contributing, but because of the thief in whatever, the thief in security company then collect the money and we not get no benefit. So we're looking at deep and see what we can do. I tell you what to do, just a reminder so you can make a note and look at goods. Not only the security, but other persons too, who are with some companies, some cleaning company, and people are working with them too much here, collect the statutory, and when you go NHT say no, you go ahead with this NIA say no. Okay, so as a young man, and this your title, just put that upon the board and see how well you can pass out in the system.
Right.
Definitely.
You understand?
Thank you, mommy.
Yeah, so
Thank you very much.
Okay.
You know, Jeffrey, irrespective of your class, you're working.
Sorry, before we go any further, remember going to say,
Okay.
Peter Gay only gave me an hour with you.
Okay.
I have to respect her, and I don't want to go beyond what she told me to do.
All right. No problem.
And so what you're going to say now, and go back to the elderly. What plans do you have for the elderly? Are you prepared to take out $11 billion to see if you all can give elderly people around this country a 2-bedroom kitchen and bathroom that they can live? And when the time comes for the roll is called up yonder, they live somewhere and they die somewhere with dignity and decency.
No, Jeffrey, I am saying that many elderly Jamaican people, so to speak, they were NHT contributors. You understand? And they have done it during their working lives. All their working lives. And they could not afford a house before their retirement. You understand? Just like the lady that just came on says that she has been working for what, 30 odd years? Contributing to the fund. And she stopped working and she still don't get any benefit, you know? So these are the persons that are amongst the most vulnerable in our society, you know? Some of them live in very overcrowded spaces, you know? Some of their conditions are dilapidated, you know? But elderly should not be a drain. It should be more of a legacy. So we need to, the People's National Party, of course, continues to, would ensure that we continue to provide continued fund for our elderly, And of course, we will expand the Portia initiative. The point that you have raised as it relates to using some of the fund that is being utilized for budgetary supplementation. Once we stop the extraction, and we would have put aside $1 billion for the Young Owners Deposit Fund, we can also look into other ways to continue to fund the elderly people, you know, and of course extend the Portia initiative as well, and to provide more support to our elderly population through that avenue as well. So that is the way that I think that we are looking into.
You know, Mr. Bennett, with all respect to you,
Mm-hmm.
you don't really answer the question I'll ask you, you know. But I won't pressure you tonight.
No, but you said that we can stop the extraction, which I said that we can look into that. We can stop the extraction, definitely. You understand? And provide more support for elderly people through housing.
But you all must remember, you know, the elderly Jamaicans that really support a People's National Party, you know.
I know.
I think that in the forefront of doing everything in this country, I think the People's National Party should have put something in place for the elderly of this nation. And as you said that you are gonna look into it. The point has been raised, you are gonna look into it and see what you can do. And I pray and hope that you all do it for the elderly of this country. What I want you to do for me now, sir, is this. Speak to the Jamaican people on behalf of the People's National Party. In the couple minutes. Hold on. Good night, caller. Welcome back to our program. You're live.
Yes, good night, and good night to your guests.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I would like to suggest something to your guests and to the People's National Party. I know a lot of people listening might be hurt, but me don't care. I would like, when them launch the housing trust program, I would like them to make it abundantly clear that people who benefited already should not benefit it again, because you have people getting housing trust houses who don't need it and them renting it out. That's the first thing. The next thing I would say to the shadow minister, can you please ask your government to ask the labor minister that it should make it mandatory that the biggest employers that we have in the country, like the backside and the tourism, it should be mandatory. That's 90% of your staff who have to work all year should be permanent. It should also be mandatory that if we are building low-income houses, that people who are at the bottom and making minimum wage, these people should be able to afford these low-income houses. That's my 2 cents, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You want to comment? Right. You want to comment on that, Mr. Bennett?
Yes, man. It is very important that we assess the need of each people, and I also assess how the housing are being distributed. As he would have pointed out that he wants to ensure that those persons who would have benefited in one way or the other from the trust do not get a double benefit. So therefore, we'd have different systems in place in which we'll assess people on a needs basis and how is it that the houses are distributed, you know? But I do not think that the access to affordable housing anyone should be barred once they're contributing to the fund, you know, because the fund was made up initially for that. Once you are a contributor to the housing trust, you should be able to come to the housing trust, and based on the criteria and qualification, you should be able to access a house. So there are different systems that we'll be putting in place to ensure that the priority is treated with.
Talk to me now. Talk to your people now. Talk to your Jamaican people. You're junior shadow minister of housing.
Yes.
Hold on. Good night, caller. Welcome back to our program. You're live. Go ahead.
Needs more than.
Good night, Mr. Jeffrey, and good night to Mr. Bennett.
Good night.
Mr. Bennett and Mr. Jeffrey.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, the Portia Initiative program, it's a very good thing. I am one of the beneficiaries from Porsche 1.2 that I was able to get my land and that 1.2 to do a little house. But anyway, it is not finished. And NHC not giving you an extra loan. So what I'm asking Mr. Bennett, when they give that in 500,000 grant, those people is going to then get a loan.
I'm not hearing her. I didn't hear her last thing.
Hold on for me, ma'am. Hold on for me. What she's asking, turn off the fan in the background, my dear.
Right.
Turn off the fan in the background. And can you repeat the question? I think what she's asking, she got a 1 point something million already. But her house is not finished. And she's asking those who get the grant of $500,000, can she now apply for a next loan to finish her house?
No, not me.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm saying, like, no, I get the grant. They said I cannot get a loan again. So what I'm saying, if those people that is going to get that 500,000 grant, is going to get the loan?
Okay, what are you asking? Can they apply for a loan too? Because the
If
grant.
they are going to get the loan,
hold on to me. The $500,000 dollar grant is a grant. It's not a loan, you know.
Right, it's not a loan.
But I'm telling you, my 1.2 is not a loan, it's a grant.
Yes, and also the 500,000 that the PNP is proposing to give away now.
It's
a grant. It is not a loan.
Not a loan.
Yes, but I mean, I can't get a loan after even 300,000 because they say I get a grant. Right. So what I'm asking is those people are going to able to can get a loan when they get the 500,000 grant.
Oh, hold on for me. What are you asking? Those who get the $500,000 grant when the program starts, are you asking that if they're going to apply for a loan, if they can get a loan? That's what you're asking.
Yes, if they're going to obtain it.
Can they obtain a loan by doing that, sir? You have any idea?
Go again, Jeffrey.
All right. Those who get the $500,000 grant, all right?
Those are young people now. Huh? Young people between the age of 35.
Right, between the age of 35. But she's asking also, apart from the $500,000 grant, can they apply for a loan at NHC and get it?
Absolutely. Yes.
With a $500,000 grant?
Yes. The grant is only it's like we're giving you a grant to start you off.
Okay.
We're giving you a grant to make the first deposit on your house.
Okay.
You understand?
Hold on, ma'am. I can explain to you. Hold on, please. Go ahead, sir.
We have recognized the plight of our Jamaican people and how it's important the first deposit is. So what the People's National Party is doing is that we are contributing to your first deposit towards your home. Thereafter, you can still gain access to the NHG for mortgage.
I understand. It's only because I get the 1.2, but after it's a period of time now, like it's over about 15 years. Okay. So I was trying to see if I could get a loan of 300,000 that would help me, but they say because I get the 1.2, I cannot get the loan.
Hold on there. When did you get this grant, ma'am?
I get my loan about 2013.
2013. Okay, so what she's asking, Sir Bennett, if the People's National Party gains state power tomorrow morning, all right, it's called, you all have a first-time buyer under the age of 35 rather.
35, right.
Will receive a grant of $500,000.
Definitely.
You are saying that the person also can get a loan apart from this grant?
Yes.
Oh. So can this can this lady here now, who got her 1 point something before, When you all get into power now, can she come on and reapply for a grant, for a loan?
Well, then I'm going to give him Mr. Jeffrey me over 65.
Okay, darling.
I think her circumstances, I'm not sure.
Jeffrey,
Yes, ma'am.
like I use a program, you see,
Our next
to
call coming.
big
Go
up
ahead.
Mr. Patmore.
Paul
For
Patmore.
what he says doing to give out pad to all the school,
Yes.
and they are criticizing. But I'm bigging him up because a lot of people out there who can't able to buy sanitary pad, and he take it up, giving it out to school, and them are criticizing. Me big him up. Me use a program to big up Mr. Patmore. Continue to do what you're doing, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Thanks for calling in.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Go ahead, sir.
All right, Jeffrey. So thanks for having me. What I will say in my conclusion.
Sorry. Good night, caller. Welcome back to our program. You have 2 minutes because Mr. Bennett have to leave. Go ahead.
Mr. Jeff, Mr. Bennett.
Speak up like a lawyer, sir.
Good night, Mr. Jeff. Good night, Mr. Bennett.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, Mr. Bennett, when you speak about the grant, how does that grant allocated? Is that grant allocated across the board? What age group does that grant allocated to?
Yes, sir. The grant, if it is that you fall between age 18 to 35, then you are considered qualified for the grant, and also you have to prove to the NHT that you have been a contributor for at least 2 years, right? And then you will be able to apply for the grant. It's $500,000. You do not repay it. It's a grant that the People's National Party is a fund that the People's National Party has set up so that you can get a $500,000 grant towards your first deposit to own in your home.
All right,
okay. And shouldn't in case you're not own a piece of land and you are now squatting on a piece of land and that has passed for the last 15, 20 years, will that grant approve towards building that land?
Well, for untitled lands, the Porsche initiative will ensure that we set up different systems in place and to ensure that we titled all the different Operation Pride projects that would have started without title, and persons that have been squatting on different crown lands or different family lands or even different lands. We'll ensure that we provide titles through the land titling agency for those people.
All right, sir.
So you'd rather to provide it through ramp, or you would put up a system as a we had a system named adverse possession of property. That system would be able to work regardless ramp too.
Yes, I think that system will be revised and will be able to provide the necessary support for titling.
All right, sir.
All right, and thanks very much.
Thank you. One more call and then we go. Good night, caller. Welcome back to our program. You're live.
Yes, good night.
Mm-hmm.
Good night.
Let me just first applaud the leader of the opposition, Mr. Mark Goling, for his vision of, in addition to having an opposition spokesperson on housing and sustainable development, he also has a junior shadow minister of housing and sustainable. And this speaks a whole lot that we are ensuring, or the PNP is ensuring, that they have this progressive agenda where persons are well groomed for certain position in the future, while still having competent person in the position as we speak. I also want to just shed a little light on the 500,000, because there was some question as it relates to, can you get the grant of 500,000 also a loan? The 500,000, based on what I understand, will only be given to an applicant because they are applying for a loan but would need some help with the deposit. So the 500,000 will be given to them up front for the deposit of a house that they are going to be buying from the NHT where they're going to be taking a loan. So it's not just you're going to be getting a.
Hold
Sorry?
Hold on for me, sir. Is that so, Mr. Bennett?
Not in that order, so to speak.
Yeah.
The grant is not
Can you
really.
clarify?
He's
Yeah, man.
talking now.
The
He's
grant,
talking.
the grant is not really you're applying for a loan and
Sure.
then you denied the loan and then you're given a grant to replace the loan. The grant is just that we have money that have been extracted from the $11.4 billion, right? That the government is currently using now to supplement the budget. We'll put an end to the extraction of that $11.4 million and set up what we call a Young Owners Deposit Fund of $1 billion. That $1 billion fund now, once you're between the age of 18 to 35, you can apply and you can prove that you are a contributor of the fund for 2 years or more. Then now you are able to apply, qualify, and able to gain access to the $500,000. So there is a direct access. So it's not an access where you go through applying for a loan and then you have to be denied and then you are given the grant. There's a direct access to the grant and not an alternative route.
Okay, so as soon as you're applying for the loan, you are automatically entitled to a 500,000 if you fall within that certain age group.
No, man, the fund is set up for that specific purpose. Where if you fall within that group and you have been a contributor to the NHT, then you are qualified for the fund, for the grant.
Right.
All right, sir.
So then it is correct to say that you will get the grant in addition to a loan.
You can, definitely.
Okay, good.
Yes, man.
All right, sir.
Thank you very much. And I really like the program. It's somewhat new, but I know as time progresses and the PNP is in power, it will be expanded and solve the problem that we are having where we are struggling to find houses for the poor cohort of this country.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling in, sir.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Jeffrey.
There you go, sir. So Bennett, I know you have to know, it's 14 after 8 o'clock, 14 after 9 o'clock right here in Kingston, right here in the United States. Talk to me. Oh, Lord. Give me Sorry, give me until about 8:30 now. Is it possible?
Yeah, man. All right. All right.
Oh, look, welcome to the program.
Jeffrey.
Yes, my labor right friend.
If you're not your NHT, you can't get the grant.
No, he did not say that at all.
You have to be contributing 2 years or more to the fund. I did say that.
For the NHT?
Yes.
Yes, you have to. You have to be contributing 2 years or more to the fund in order to access the grant.
Okay, so if you're not showing to the NHT, you won't get the grant.
Right, right. You have to be a contributor of the NHT.
So hold on now, my shower friend. Shower friend, hold on now, man. Where I want to go?
Yeah, Jeffrey.
Yeah, so hold on now. Are you contributing to NHT?
No, I'm not trying.
Why?
I'm not trying to change, Jeffrey.
No, man, you shouldn't try NHT, man. You're younger than me, man. But I don't understand you. Hold on, man. How you up and down with your party and I know you not throw NHT? I don't understand you.
Jeffrey.
Oi.
Me stop throwing NHT now, you know.
Why?
Because me are 60 odd.
Okay. So you were throwing NHT before though?
Yeah.
So hold on, Mr. Bennett. He was throwing NHT before. He still can get the grant?
Sorry, once he has been throwing NHT for 2 years or more. So how long has he been? How long?
More than that, me throw it for man.
He's 65 years old now.
But he would have based on the age group. Remember, there's an age group for the grant. 18 to 35. So he's beyond 50 years old. So therefore, he would not be qualified in this instance.
Oh, no, I'm saying to you, hold on, my labor right friend. No, I'm saying to you, Sir Bennett. That is why I'm saying that you all should have something in place for my Labour Party friend here. As age 35, who can't throw no more NHT and he sit down and get trouble. Understand? You know, it's calm and give me trouble every day. But you know, you should have something like that for him.
But that's the reason why we have the rent to own initiative as well.
Okay. So in other words,
where he can benefit from that program, where he can move into an NHT because he has been thrown NHT, right?
Yes.
So over a period of time, they would have looked at his profile and see that he has been a consistent contributor for whatever period he did contributed.
Mm-hmm.
Understand? Those money can be converted now to mortgage, and therefore if he goes back now and continue to throw his NHT for another 6 months on a consistent basis, those money will be looked at again and therefore converted to mortgage, and therefore he'll be given the opportunity to own his home after 6 months.
Okay. You understand now?
Okay.
All right, my dear right friend. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, Jeff.
Our next call coming in, so we talk here.
All right, Jeff.
Cool. Good night. Oh, Lord. Hello? Person hung up. Go ahead for me, sir. Oh Lord, here it comes again. Good night, caller. Welcome back to our program. You're live. Go ahead.
Good night, Mr. Tavares.
Good night to you, sir.
Yes, I'm calling on concern of tourism workers because I myself is a tourism worker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I work in a hotel. We work 6 days a week.
Yeah.
And it's really tight working 6 days per week because the one day that you get, sometimes you have so much things to do, you don't get any rest.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering what the government have to do about this, what they can do about this.
Well, I can't say that one, and I know my good friend here, he's not in government now, he's just in opposition, and I know he can't say that one either. What I can say to you all, to get the government attention, lock down the sector. Lock it down like Stock and Barrett from Negril Point to Moran Point. We get the attention.
Yeah, we need to do that, man. We got to do something because this can't really work.
Because when you see Edmund Bartlett in the parliament talking about how much $1 million tourism bringing to Jamaica, while the people not getting through anything. So all I can tell you, sir, because I have an next call coming in, this person I've been calling a long time. What I can say to you, sir, is that right to the Labour Ministry, even though they're getting a solution, block the sector down from Negril Point to Moran Point.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Thanks for calling in.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your advice.
You're welcome. Good night, caller. Welcome back to our program. You're live. Lord of mercy. Hello? Hello? Hold on. Let me call back this person because she has been calling. Hello,
yes, Mr. Jeffrey.
Yes, good night. Welcome to the program. You're live.
Yeah.
You all have.
Turn on
the TV in the background for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
What I would like.
Go ahead.
What I would like to ask. Yeah, I get a benefit from Housing Trust during Burner Lodge. It was in 2009.
Mm-hmm.
But I went by the Housing Trust late last year, and asked if I can get a benefit from them. I'm paying Housing Trust a long time, but because of the company closed down, we could not pay any. But they told me no. They said I can't get any benefit wherein I'm not entitled to any benefit. So, and then I asked for a return, and then you know what I get for my return?
Mm-hmm.
$3,500 after so many years in sugar. And not only sugar I work. I could
hold on for me, ma'am. You used to work with the Sugar Company of Jamaica?
Yeah, for years, from Inzo to Burner Lodge. I work with Inzo until it closed down, and then Burner Lodge till it divests. I get.
Were they paying NHT for you?
I was paying NHT.
You were paying yourself?
Yeah, it pays. It pays through the company. The salary deducts from the company.
Have you ever
But I get a
hold
piece
on
of
for me.
land from them.
Hold on there for me. Have you ever checked with NHD to find a burning lodge and all them to pay your NHD?
Yes, I check with NHT. That's how I get the benefit, the property from them.
Yeah.
True. That was 2009 when Miss Portia was in. I get that property. But then when I checked last year to see if I can get a benefit from them to start something for myself, do some additional, they said no. So I said, can I get a return? They said yes, and when them go on, it's only $3,500 I get.
You know, Mr. Bennett.
Yeah.
Hold on for me, caller. I know you have to run, but I want you to do me a favor. You see, we're gonna stay until 8:30 and we'll make it go. Can you find out from the NHD? Can I get someone from the NHD to come on my program and answer questions like these? Because you and I can answer these questions.
Definitely.
So what you can do for me now?
Yeah, man, I will try.
We still can get someone to come and talk about the thing on the platform here, because this lady is calling and it doesn't look good for her to work in how many years? What the hell can $3,000 do?
Definitely.
Call up. We're gonna work on something and see we can have energy to come on the program here and answer some questions here.
Yes, sir. I have a lot of questions to ask them.
All right.
Yeah. All right then.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye. Thanks much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Last call for now. Mr. Bennett, wrap up before next call come in. Talk to us before next call come in. Go ahead.
So 70,000 housing solutions were promised in the 2016 to 2025 era. But to date, what is on statistics is that only 26,000 NHT units were delivered. The commitment by the Prime Minister was that affordable housing for all. But the average unit that is now being priced, that is on the market, Jamaicans, is at $13 to $18 billion. Affordable to many, because many low-income earners, they still can't afford that. Jamaica really needs more than ribbon cutting, yeah? And PR photos that are edited and gives the government a full PR stunt and social media presence. Jamaica need people that are more serious about housing solution and not just profits. Because majority of the houses that we see are built and being brought to the market are like for middle class, upper class people. And many of our lower class Jamaican people are left out at many times. So the People's National Party, we are prepared to lead a housing revolution that restores the right to own and dignity to settle and the opportunity to thrive, right? What I can say is that concrete does not build a future. It's people who do build a future, Jeff.
One moment. Good night, caller. Welcome to the program. You're live.
Yes, good night. I am listening to your program.
Where are you calling from?
I'm a Jamaican, but I'm living in the Bahamas.
Okay, go ahead.
And I've been paying my NHC for a long time. And sometimes when you're away and try to pay your NHC, sometimes it's difficult to get it in. Sometimes it goes in late, but I'm still there. And I will be soon 65 this year. I don't know if I will still qualify for a house.
Well, what we can do, I don't know, because Mr. Bennett cannot answer that question. He's just a shadow junior minister on housing and, he's opposition spokesperson on housing. He can't answer that question. What we're trying to do with his help to see if I can get somebody from the NHT to come on the platform here that you all can call in and answer the questions. They can answer the questions from you.
Yes.
Because we can't answer that question at all.
Okay, because I was paying when I was working at the factory, the free zone, and after it closed down, then I started doing my self-payment. And I restarted back. And they told me that within 2 years, I will be qualified.
How old are you now, my man?
I will be going to 65 this year.
Well, I don't know. I would have to find out that for you, and maybe answer you one away. I can make a call for you not tonight, but tomorrow, and hear what they say, and make a call. And you can come back and I answer you. But we're gonna try and get somebody from the NHG to come on this program here to answer some questions because I can't answer the questions. I don't know what to answer. Say. All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much for calling.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Good.
No more calls. No more calls for now, please. Go ahead, Mr. Bennett.
So, in speaking to our young people now, there was a statistics that the Economic Social Survey Jamaica in 2023 estimated that housing needs is about what 15,000 units per year in order to successfully, satisfy the Jamaican demand. But what we have seen, young people, is that there are only 8,000 or barely 8,000 units that have been delivered per year. So Jamaica's youth ownership, home ownership, has been less than 15%. The stats have told us, and that's the lowest that it has been in what? In 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
So what we would have seen from this Prime Minister is that he have broken a lot of ground, but he have not broken the barriers to access in giving people access to affordable housing. So the JLP legacy, as we all know, is one of exclusion and missed opportunities. And we must ensure that we return the People's National Party to government so that we are able to deliver real solutions for Jamaican people in terms of housing that are equitable, that are affordable,
yes,
and that are accessible to every Jamaican people. So I'm asking all well-thinking Jamaican to ensure that the People's National Party returns to power whenever the elections are called.
I want to say thank you much, Sir Bennett, for coming on. Junior Shadow Minister of Housing and Sustainable Living. He is representing my good friend, Senator Floyd Morris.
Yes.
Who's unable to come on because of circumstances beyond his control.
Definitely.
I want to say thank you very much for coming on, sir. Don't be a stranger to the Make It Talk program now,
Not at all.
Me never treat you bad.
No, sir.
Okay. Between Gabby and Peter can't treat you bad.
No, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, my friend, for coming on. God bless you.
Man. Thank you. You too. Good.
God bless. I want to say thank you all very much for watching this program. For those who want to continue calling and talk to us, you can call 954-529-8030. Is also a WhatsApp number. What do you think about the plan that the PNP has for this housing thing that they're talking about? What do you think about it? 954-529-8030. If not, then I'll just go off air for tonight. I want to say thanks to Walking in Divine Purpose for being on the platform tonight in the chat room. I know you and I talk off air, and I'm happy. I appreciate you coming on, although certain things you still come on to assist me. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I thank you. If you wish to call back in and talk to us, 954-529-8030. If not, then we just go offline for tonight and come back on tomorrow with another exciting episode of Straight Up with Conrad O'Brien. And also immediately after that, I'll be having a program. What do you think? Who do you think going to win the next general election? I would love to hear those answers to Walking in Divine Purpose, because people are asking questions. A lot of Jamaicans overseas are asking questions about housing trust, and I'm gonna work on that and see if I can get somebody to come on. I don't know who I'm gonna talk to because they have been dubbing this program as a PNP program. And for those who know Jeffrey Tavares, is neither a member of the PNP or the JLP, and nobody will ever know who I vote for, who I don't vote for. What I would say is that Jamaica needs changes. And what I would say that the Jamaican people must not be fooled. What I would say also that the people of St. Elizabeth must not be fooled by the JLP. They must remember that they have suffered through burial. They must remember that a container from Miami came down and it went into some bushes at Treasure Beach. Some bushes that went in Treasure Beach. Did you get that generator? Good night, Miss P. Welcome to the program. You're live.
Yeah, man, welcome. I'm going to tell us about Saturday.
Yes.
Saturday, never time of my life.
I heard that dance some Baron and the Dragonaires down there, man.
Man, have a nice time.
Tell the listeners, Miss P, tell the viewers and listeners what we're talking about.
All right. I went there and it was so informative. It's a breath of fresh air. It's like when you know how you go. When you're small and you can't go, but when you pick and Christmas come and you get a let out. The children them were so happy.
Yeah.
And you get motivation speaker them then teach you something. Teach you things where you never know. I mean, some people, everybody got to meet the Miss P. Are you there, Miss P? Are the most things and we meet President, we meet Gopal, we meet everybody, and it was so nice. It's like, say, everyone or university lesson where you can't pay for.
Mm-hmm.
You have Mr. Knife, we meet Dr. Ben, we meet Daniel Archer, we meet one next month, and one year Dervan, and one that a young lady with a university. I don't remember her name.
I know who you're talking. It's Sabrina.
Sabrina
Barnes, yes.
Young
lady.
Young, vibrant.
Yes.
And the thing about it now, when we do appreciate more, they are university people, but then break down the words, break it down. So if they use infrastructure, they make you know the infrastructure mean road, water, this, that.
Yes.
Then just broke it down. So no matter how you know so up there, you understand it. They use natural patois, the regular word where you can understand.
For those who are trying to figure out what Miss P talking about, Miss P is talking about the event at the Ronnie Williams Entertainment Center put on by the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. She went there. She was there and she's talking about what happened there, who and who she met. She met Sabrina Barnes, who is a law student at the University of the West Indies. She met Daniel Archer. She met so many people there.
Yes, so many sensitive people. And you know about it, it was not political. It's all about Jamaica and your culture and your civic right. What you must do, what you must not do, how to walk, what to expect from your leaders. It was, and Dr. Ben come on with the medical part of it, and the law and everything, and he said, Prezi man, Prezi is an entertainer.
he and Jamaics.
He and Jamaics, and we have a good time. Benjamin Myers come here, and Jamaica walk by can sing, you know.
I never know he could sing. I never know he could sing, you know. I never know that Jamaica.
I never knew he could sing like that.
Yes.
Because if you hear the singing and don't see him, you would check say Sanchez or them big official singer.
True.
The guy can sing.
True.
And then we have some kids from Mandeville.
Yes.
Jeffrey, they are a breath of fresh air. A little one is there. A little beanie one. She's beautiful.
Oh.
She's talented.
Oh.
She can 1 5-year-old. I tell you, that performance that the little girl gives. She just fluent. Then just is everything. Oh, it's when I look at it and see how my children to the future, we are going to take over, and plenty of them do not know the history of what was there.
You know, Miss P.
Yo.
That is why they must bring back civics in school, you know. That is why civics must be brought back into school, because I heard Jamaics ask a question: when did Jamaica gain emancipation? And they couldn't answer. It was 1883. 1838.
1838, the 1st of August.
1838, yes. 1838.
Yes. And you know how me know that? I know that before I don't think I didn't start school, because my grandfather did not, of blessed memories, did not celebrate the 6th of August. My grandfather celebrate the 1st of August. You can't get my grandfather to not more drink rum, play domino, pray, and eat. The night before, he put up, he told them. You don't tell him to do nothing. He might have run for the animal, but not more. He not celebrate the August something. Because my grandfather did born in the 18th century. We don't have the 18th century or so. In born. So he knew, and that a film heartbeat the 1st of August. Papa, that a Papa holiday that. So from me small, Papa embedded that in me. And tell we say, whenever talk about your independent, you know, independent, but the 1st of August, I when the shackle officially come off of your foot. And that Papa tell that we say you could have officially buy a piece of land in a future, and you could have stand like a man in your own home, and you don't want no brutality. Right? All the pound and the shilling. The people them don't know the Queen face. The people them don't know the Queen face. So I want to tell the all of the diaspora who put this together, and it's a will for the Ratigan president, everybody. We the Jamaican people, we thank you, we appreciate you, and we're looking forward for it next year. However, my suggestion, I would say next year I would do it in August.
You know, hold on.
When school,
yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do one. You know, I think we should do one in August. But I think we're trying to do one for Christmas this year too. You know.
Anytime you do, anytime we are doing, me ready. Me no matter. And as a part of the committee, I can tell you, Joan.
Yes, Joan.
OT.
Yes.
Joan. Wow, those ladies and President Sister Natasha.
Yes.
Those ladies work, they not even work like how they walk. When we say walk, we mean to say they walk. And when it walk, they are, I can't even find adjective to describe them. They're loving, they're warm, them just they're a pint, then just everything, may I tell you. Yo, me say, after me, I hold off the gate. Because I mean, I run off the security part. I me see this guy come the way, I sell cotton candy. So he say, I pass, and he see him function, and if I pay to go in and so, I tell him, no, I may explain it to him, say, no, really, I sell not over much. But he say, wow, go over. I say, yeah, man. So me search him, me say, where I find you. So he have one knife, me take one knife from him. So me say, me I keep a knife, and when you're ready, you come to me. And the man go over there and he's selling cotton candy. And when he was selling cotton candy, he stand there all day because something way in my ear. I force in my ear and he come to me and say, Miss, I'm going to something in a guan. Me say, yeah, man. And he listen and he learn and he have about 10 cotton left and just get away. And he say, I'm going to go home because he say he's a different person. And the next thing now, make I tell you, Jeffrey Tavares, when you behold food, mercy, my God Almighty, me say food, Jeffrey.
Yes, ma'am.
When me say food, me mean food, good food, good food. When everything are broke up, people belly full. People have to carry home food, come carry home to come. Now make sure that show people money by.
I don't blame you.
Me not tell you how much me carry home.
No, you're not for that.
But me I tell you, Jeffrey, when me say food, me mean food. Give it. Nobody can say them woman hungry or thirsty.
And
I want me tell you, sir.
You know something, Miss P. I must lift my hat to the organizers of this thing. I didn't. Well, let me be honest with you. I suggested to Mr. Rattigan, and for some reason I pulled out, but I was still a part of it in a sense. But I must thank Wilfred Rattigan and Jamikes and Joan and OT and Prezi.
Oh God. And Natasha.
And Natasha. And somebody else who he doesn't like to be called out in the public. But I'll
one gentleman.
Yes.
One gentleman.
You know who me talking. He stood by us through thick and thin. And I want to lift my hat to my good friend Tigo. Tigo stand behind the scene, he knows what he's doing. He stand behind and he gives what he can. And I want to say thanks to him. I want to lift my hat to Wilfred Rattigan. And people may call Regional Rattigan program a PNP program. They call Jeffrey Tavares program PNP program. We're not a member of any political party, you know. We're Jamaicans. And if Saturday can't prove to you that we're Jamaicans, then what else is going to prove to you that we are? You know, Miss P.
Jamaican.
Miss P, you have a minute leave. Go ahead, because I got to run.
Yeah. And then it goodies them, every child that come there, come September morning, them have a bag, then get book, then get, we can't name out, they get.
Yes.
I can't even name, even parents, and I want to say thanks to the security officers that was among us. Thank you, sir, for your service. Thank you. And to a gentleman named Mr. Lance White, he make sure to look for me. I say, you name Miss P? Me say, yes, man. And some other persons. St. Thomas crew, big up on yourself. Yes. Mandeville, Hanover, big up on yourself. And to Wilford, Rattigan and the crew, Jeffrey Tavares and the entire crew. May God continue to bless you and your family. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Miss P.
Yeah, man. Good day. Yes.
Okay. Good night, caller. Welcome to our program. You're live. Hello? Good night, caller. You're live. Welcome to the program. Hello?
Yes, hello. You're still on, Jeffrey?
Yeah, man. I'm live, man. Go ahead.
Okay, Jeffrey, I want to ask the shadow minister a question.
He's
because I am a victim.
Hold on. He already left.
Okay, I want to ask a question, Jeffrey, because that lady that called about NHT, Jeffrey.
Yes.
I would like to know who is responsible for when we as Jamaicans, our money is deducted to go to NHT. And it's the government's responsibility, whether it's every quarter, every 6 months, or every year, to collect these money from these people. And the government is not doing their job. Where do we go?
Well, you go to the Labor Ministry, you know. The Labor and Social Security Ministry, go to them. And it's for your duty also to make sure that company, they're taking out the money out of your salary, it's on your pay stub, you must make sure that the money is paid over. Go to the Ministry of Labor and Social Security.
But Jeffrey, it's not that I disagree with you, Jeffrey, but that is slackness, Jeffrey. Because the government license these companies, the government insure these companies, right? And people are getting statements every year, every 6 months, and seeing the money being deducted. So if we the people, we employ people like the TAJ, and the government oversees these people, Jeffrey, I think it's very ridiculous for people to pick themselves up every month or every 6 months and go to these places. The government should know that these taxes are not being paid over.
I'll tell you something.
Because if a small man, Jeffrey, and I don't mean to cut you off, Jeffrey, if a small man, and let's take an entertainer for example, if he doesn't pay his taxes, the tax authority of Jamaica swoop down on them and say you owe us taxes. So when we have the Factories Corporation of Jamaica and all these places, Jeffrey, I honestly believe, Jeffrey, that these things are being allowed because we've seen it over and over and over where these major companies, not only do they take your NHG, they take your NIS, they take your pension money, and it's not being paid over. And then a lot of times when we the people hear from the show, just like how they allow a certain radio station to offer NHT, NIS, pension, and they do nothing about it, Jeffrey. After they deduct the money from people's salary.
You know something, sir? You're perfectly right, you know. And security companies in this country, there's a well-known security company where the owner of the security company, the Prime Minister, is good friends. And the Prime Minister,
Jeffrey,
the Prime Minister of this country know that that man company has not paid over 1 red cent to NHG nor the education tax. That and the
Jeffrey,
Prime Minister know. The Prime Minister know also, sir, that man
Jeffrey
will not sign certain things for the security guards. Go ahead for me.
But Jeffrey, that's the same man you're talking about that them give a beach to, Jeffrey.
Yes.
That them collecting money, to public beach, That man is making money off public beach, Jeffrey. So what I'm telling you, Jeffrey, it's a system that is enabled by the government, Jeffrey. Because if he's a small man, and of the food handlers, them go find your business, Jeffrey.
Yes, true.
And lock it down, And a lot of Jamaicans have lost their pension money. Lost it, it's nowhere to be found. And that's part of the reason, Jeffrey, why, like you see, a lot of these people who are employed, the government refuse to do the right thing. Like the tourism sector, they refuse to make these people permanent. And when they refuse to make them permanent, the government miss out on taxes. The people miss out on benefits, Jeffrey. So I have one thing to say to the hotel people, Una listen, it's the peak now. Una strike. Don't work. The government raised them pay to be the highest in the Caribbean. Right? It compared to the other first world countries, their salary. Me, I tell you, say, Una strike and make full salary increase. Just like the people in a Trinidad, in a Cayman, in a Barbados, make the salary be comparison to them. Because they are making 5, 6, 7, and $8 an hour and more. And it's the same money the hotels are charging, just like Jamaica. And Jamaica a lot of times charge more. So when you see all the labor minister led by the old crawfish, Colonel Charles Jr., They refuse to let the people unionize. They refuse to let the union in. When it should be the people's choice that they want to unionize. And this road that them going down, Jeffrey, where they're talking about, they're going to give these people houses. It's a wrong message they're sending, Jeffrey. You should pay people well so people can take their money and make their own decision. If they want to buy a house, if they want to rent. But a lot of time, you see one time when they used to do it with sugar workers, Jeffrey, a lot of sugar workers get abused by the sugar companies. A lot of the houses was taken away from the sugar workers, Jeffrey. And it's the same road them going down and acting like them doing something for the people. Too much free handout and it's not free. Pay the people them. Right, we are tired of all this shenanigans that is going on, and it's clear to the eyes. Even Stevie Wonder can see, Ray Charles can see, say, listen, this is something that's cooked up. This is something that is enabled. When you go to housing just to get your money, Jeffrey, me throw how long? And a Pierre Rigmarole them give you, Jeffrey. Pierre Rigmarole. And it's too much. It's too much. Poor people you cannot employ people to watch your purse. And then you got to be watching the purse. So why you need those people?
My friend.
And I have a set. Yeah.
Give me 2 minutes because I gotta run. I've been on it from about what time now, and I haven't gotten any sleep, and my eyes are closing down. So go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead and get your sleep, Mr. Tavares. I want you to make your talk tomorrow, the next year, the next year, the next year. All right. But Jeffrey, before you go, I want you to do one thing for me, Jeffrey. One thing. I want you to conduct a survey right across Jamaica, Jeffrey. The 14 parishes. Make the people them tell you from Clarendon to the last point of Jamaica how much hospital don't have no MRI and CT scan. Let them tell it.
Hold on there for me. I have a report here that I need to speak about. I need to talk to somebody some more about it. There is a container, there's containers at the wharf in Jamaica sitting down with MRI machines and CT scans machines. And the question must be asked of the Minister of Health. Why is it that the MRI machines that is sitting on the wharf has not been cleared? What is going on?
Ask this question to Jeffrey. Ambulance has been sent to Jamaica by citizens to donate to Jamaica, and the government refused to clear it and expect the people them to pay to clear it. So it's still right here.
All those damn nonsense have to stop, you know. It has to stop somewhere. Can't continue like this in this.
That's to stop. Have a good one, my brother.
All right, my brother. Have a good night. I want to say thanks to everybody who came on. Thanks to Shadow Minister on Housing and Sustainable Services, Sir Bennett, for coming on. Thanks to Walking in Divine Purpose in the chat room who continue keep this program alive. Thank you all very much for being a part of this. Thank you, Miss P, for calling in. Until you hear my voice again, may God bless you and may God bless Jamaica land we love. We have some stuff that we are going to put up on the channel here, Divine Purpose. We got to talk about this, Walking in Divine Purpose. We got to talk about this. I know you're not you're under the weather, but we got to talk about this and see how best we can put up this that people can see it. And also we have some more stuff coming in. We're planning something. It's gonna cost me a lot of money, but I'm planning it to see if I can get it done. That when election 2025 come, we can carry it to you live. It's taking a bit out of my own pocket. I'm not getting paid from YouTube to do this, and I refuse to come over and ask anybody for any money. Because anybody say I beg people, I beg them the money. I have a Zelle and a Cash App and a Super Chat. If you care to punch the Super Chat, I would appreciate it. But if not, still appreciate it. we're organizing ourselves that when election come, we can get the coverage directly from the EOJ. Directly from the EOJ. It is costing some money to get it directly from the EOJ. Because what I want, you can go on the website and get it, yes. Don't get me wrong, you can do that. But what I really wanted to do was to get it directly from them. You know, a bowl-to-bowl thing. Because it takes a long time to put up on the website. So I'm working on something like that. If not from them, then from some other source. So I'm working on that to do that. And I'm working on that also to also get a studio, different studio from this to bring the election to you. So we are working on that. All right. Thank you all very much. I hope you like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thanks to Walking in Divine Purpose, who never leave me out. And I know, you know, she's not well, but she still come on and she still helped me out. Thank you so much, my dear. I appreciate it so much. Tomorrow morning, I'll be on. Walk straight up News South 93 FM will be on with Conrad O'Brien. After that, I'll come on. And in the evening, I'll be coming on also. Until you hear my voice once more, may God bless you. May God bless our island home, Jamaica land we love. And the people of St. Elizabeth. Vote for yourself. Do not vote for a party or an individual. Vote for yourself. You have been through hell and back with the burial relief program. Some of you didn't get no help because you're not PNP. Some of the Liberal didn't get no help either from the Liberal counterparts. What we're saying to you tonight is send a clear message to the Andrew Holness administration and to Floyd Green. A container of supplies consists of generators went down to St. Elizabeth, down at Treasure Beach, and it disappeared like Sammy Mouth. One, we're asking people to sell, and they want generator to buy. It came right back to me because a person was taping the person at the same time. The person came up to her with a list and asked her, you want a generator to buy because the list, there's another container there. The container number, serial number, I know it. It went down to Treasure Beach. It was for the people of St. Elizabeth. There are some criminals high places in this country. There are some criminals in high places in this country. But you know what? God will take care of them. God bless you all tonight. May you all have a great night. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Make We Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. Until you hear my voice again. Good night, everybody.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk.